here's what I know. I got several questions.
Ideológico. Hemos universalizado muchas conquistas sociales. Y no solamente sus vidas, porque han prestado servicio al Estado o al privado.
They had begun to hear from Ambassador Sondland that the security assistance was not going to come until the investigations were pursued. What I heard from the defense minister, what the senators, what Senator Johnson and Senator Murphy heard in their conversation with President Zelensky was the clear concern, the urgent concern that Ukrainians had about the security assistance.
Now, you also described a conversation that you had with Ambassador Sondland a week later on September 8th. And in that conversation, in your opening statement, you described how Ambassador Sondland used the term stalemate. What did you understand the concern about a stalemate to be?
Ambassador Sondland said that if President Zelensky did not clear things up in public, we would be at a stalemate. He began that, again, by repeating, this is not a quid pro quo, but if President Zelensky did not clear things up in public, we would be at a stalemate. And what I understood in that meeting, the meaning of stalemate was the security assistance would not come.
So even though he said the words, there were no quid pro quo, he then went on to say, but the security assistance will not come unless these investigations are done. Is that what you're saying?
My understanding, that's what was meant by stalemate.
You also described in your opening statement a discussion you had about President Trump being a businessman who wanted to have people pay up before signing the check. And what did you understand that to mean?
This was an explanation that Ambassador Sondland gave me about his understanding of President Trump's thought process. Ambassador Sondland is a businessman. President Trump's a businessman. He was explaining to me the relationship, the understanding that a businessman would have when he was about to sign a check. And by that, he clearly meant that President Trump was thinking about or had in front of him the possibility of providing security assistance to Ukraine. It was similar to writing a check to
This is CBS 46 News at noon. Getting results.
Good Wednesday afternoon, everyone. I'm Karen Greer. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook. Due to the impeachment inquiry hearings, we are bringing the new news to you on social media. So we're going to begin with weather, a bitter cold start to your day. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez, who's tracking just how low the temperatures will go. It was 22 when I woke up this morning, Jen.
It was brutal. We were in the teens this morning in Alpharetta. We got down to 24 degrees at Hartsfield-Jackson International. That is the coldest we have been since January. So definitely very, very cold temperatures this morning and still chilly, but at least we're starting to see some improvement. Right now it's 40 in Atlanta, upper 30s in Canton and Rome and Ellijay. We will continue to warm up today, thankfully, as we warm up to the mid 40s this afternoon. We will see mostly sunny skies. We do have a warm up on the way and some rain chances on the way. We're going to talk about a chance of rain, when it will arrive, and if it will impact your weekend plans coming up.
All right, Jen, we'll be back with you. The Arctic blast hitting across the country is continuing our team coverage right now. Before you hit the roads, you want to make sure your vehicle is ready for the drop in the temperatures. You see all that ice and snow. While we're not seeing that, we were seeing the cold temperatures. And if you're heading out of town, you may run into that. So our Daniel Wilkerson decided you need to take some very special precautions before you hit the highways.
I don't have to tell you, it is cold out, and just as you would prepare what you're going to wear, you also need to prepare your vehicle. A couple things on the outside here, your windshield wipers. It's suggested that you have winter windshield wipers. Also, your washer fluid for your windshield, it should be for cold weather. Let's look on the inside, because there are a couple things I want to point out. You want to have your car always more than half full. As far as the fuel is concerned, there are certain elements that you don't want to freeze. And as you can see here, there is a hazard light on because all of my tires are low, and that happens in the winter. Of course, for more tips, more suggestions, just go to our website or your free CBS 46 mobile app. In Atlanta, Daniel Wilkerson, CBS 46 News.
And you know those sensors always say your air is low because of the change in the temperatures outside, but not a bad idea to check them out. For your pinpoint weather and pinpoint traffic alerts, send right to your mobile device. All you need to do is download our free CBS 46 app. You'll get daily forecasts and commute conditions, and you need to make sure that you enable the notifications so that you'll get all of our push alerts. Now to a CBS 46 crime alert, new developments in a deadly shooting that happened late last night in Gwinnett County. Police originally thought it was the result of road rage, but CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm stayed on top of the story and found detectives have since learned otherwise.
When police arrived at this parking lot in the 700 block of Indian Trail, they found 5 men in a car. 2 of them had been shot.
We initially thought this was a road rage incident, and that was based on the story that the people inside the victim car told.
The 3 young men who had not been shot told police they were traveling on I-85 northbound Tuesday night when they got into a dispute with the driver of a red car. They claimed he followed them, exiting at Indian Trail, where he fired shots into their Nissan Altima. Detectives now believe it was all a lie. They say the shooting actually happened here in the parking lot of the Wellington Square Shopping Center on Indian Trail near Dickens Road, where the guys in the Altima apparently tried to rob someone.
We believe that that person was the target of this vehicle as they attempted to commit this robbery. That person or persons produced a handgun and started shooting at the people attempting the robbery.
2 were shot. 16-year-old Junior Lanuza Gutierrez did not survive. Authorities plan to charge the others with felony murder because their friend was killed during a robbery they were trying to commit. Detectives are now looking for the shooter as they try to figure out if he acted in self-defense.
Our biggest question is always, why didn't you call the police?
Anyone with information can call the Gwinnett County Police Department or Crime Stoppers if they want to remain anonymous. Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.